Hello dear students, in the last class we have studied about the spectroscopy. Only the what is spectroscopy we have studied. In today's video we will see what is microwave spectroscopy. The complete introduction of the microwave spectroscopy I will discuss. So this microwave spectroscopy is also called as a rotational spectroscopy. Rotational spectroscopy. So why it is called as a rotational? This name itself indicates that the molecule is rotating. The molecule is rotating. So rotational spectroscopy. And another thing here is why the both name is called as the rotational spectroscopy. Why we are using these names? Because rotational motion will change under microwaves. These rotational wave change under the microwave range. The range of the microwave is around 3 into 10 to the power of 10 hertz to 3 into 10 to the power of 14 hertz. This is in terms of frequency. Later on I will give you all the ranges of the spectroscopic ranges. Okay, so what is microwave spectroscopy? Definition we will see and discuss what is the process is going in the microwave spectroscopy. So the spectroscopy definition is these spectra result from transition between the rotational energy levels of gaseous molecules. So gaseous molecules on the absorption of radiation falling in the microwave region. These spectra are shown by molecules which possess a permanent dipole moment. So examples we can see here is HCl, CO, H2 vapor, H2 as a vapor, NO and some other molecules. So spectroscopy simple meaning is the interaction between the matter and electromagnetic waves. So that is we have already learned. So the range we know the range of this microwave spectroscopy. It is in terms of frequency. So to understand microwave frequency, you need to know first what is dipole moment. So dipole moment you already know about it, but to discuss this chapter, I will just tell what is dipole moment. So what is dipole moment? So we all know that there are two types of molecules. One is polar and another is a non-polar. Polar and non-polar molecules. When we speak about polar molecules, all the polar molecules got a dipole moment. These all polar molecules got a dipole moment. Suppose we can take a molecule such as the X bond Y. X bond Y. Here the permanent dipole moment means what happens here? Inductive effect will come, and in the inductive effect we should have one as a low electronegativity atom and another one as a high electronegativity atom. So they will share the charges, and one higher electronegativity atom will get a negative charge, partial negative charge, and low electronegativity atom will get a low electronegativity will get a partial positive charge. So and these two have one low electronegativity and another is a high electronegativity. Then what happens here is partial positive charge and partial negative will start developing. So basically what is dipole moment? So we need to understand what is dipole moment and its use and the unit. We should know about the dipole moment. If you want, I can make a separate video on the dipole moment. Now only we will take a term what is the role of dipole moment, and we will discuss what is actually a microwave spectroscopy. So the dipole moment is a vector quantity. It is a vector quantity. Vector quantity means what happens here is, so it not only the magnitude but direction also matters in the vector quantity, magnitude and direction also matters in the vector quantity. Dipole moment is a vector quantity. In vector quantity, not only the magnitude but direction also matters. So we were discussing this example. Okay. So now coming up to the rotational spectroscopy or microwave spectroscopy. Now we'll take an example which is a polar molecule. Suppose, not particularly we'll take, particular example we'll take later on. Now we'll just take X bond Y. So this is a polar molecule and which has a permanent dipole moment. This molecule has a permanent dipole moment. If that molecule rotates, if this molecule rotates like this, so it has got some energy. So there will be some energy whenever it is rotating, and one has a high electronegativity atom and another has a low electronegativity atom. And this high electronegativity atom that has got a more energy, and that energy is quantized. That energy is quantized. Suppose I have this molecule in the plane, like this. Okay, this molecule, and here partial negative charge, partial positive charge. It is rotating, then it has an energy. It is rotating like this and it has got a energy. And that energy we call it as a rotational energy. This rotating energy is called, the molecule has got some energy and this molecule is rotating. That energy we are calling it as a rotational energy. Rotational energy. It can be represented as E small r. E r. Okay. So it has got a value. Suppose, or if a molecule is rotating, it has a permanent dipole moment. If a molecule is rotating, it has got a permanent dipole moment. If molecule is start rotating, its electric field also start rotating. This molecule is rotating and also the electric field also start rotating. In such a molecule, we bombard a electromagnetic radiation. Suppose this molecule is rotating and here is we have light or a radiation, or we can say electromagnetic radiation, and that is bombarding with this rotating molecule energy. This radiation is bombarding with this rotating molecule, and this molecule which absorbs the energy. What type of energy? This energy, this electromagnetic radiation energy should matches with this molecule, rotating molecule energy. Then only the molecule will absorb the radiation. After absorbing the energy, this molecule, what happens? Move to the higher energy level. And this is the simple principle of microwave spectroscopy or a rotational spectroscopy. In other words, this absorbing theory we can also call as a resonance. Not an organic resonance, but in we can say physics or physical chemistry we study that resonance. Means one frequency is matching with another frequency that will absorb that energy. That is also called as a resonance. Another name is a resonance. So let us try with an actual example. Not by taking XY, we'll take an actual example. Let us consider the example H bond Cl. So here Cl has got a more electronegative charge or high electronegative charge, and this H has got a low electronegativity charge. So what happens? More electronegativity atom will get a partial negative charge, and high electronegativity atom will get a partial negative charge, and low electronegativity atom will get a partial positive charge. So what happens? this way the energy will start moving towards in this way. Okay, this is the tail I am cutting here, so you can understand that this is moving in this way. So what happens in the dipole moment? We have discussed dipole moment is a vector quantity. So it has got a magnitude and direction. So why I am focusing this point means you will get to know here. So HCl. So what happens here? Now this molecule will start rotating. This is the first position, and now we'll see the second position. So now this H will come here and Cl will go here. So what is the direction now? This direction. It will move in this direction because this has got a more energy and this has got a less energy. This direction. Another is Cl will come here and H will goes here. Partial positive charge, partial negative charge. Now what direction? In this direction. We'll cut a tail here. So another is, so H goes up, Cl comes down. So what is the position here? In this way. It will move in this way. So this direction. Now this has got a partial positive charge, partial negative charge, partial positive charge. So it will move like this. So what is the direction now? Upwards. So now we'll get a first position. Partial positive charge, partial negative charge. Molecule is rotating in this way. So again the direction is the first one. So the rotational spectroscopy means the molecule is rotating in all the ways. Okay, the molecule is rotating in all the directions. So here one thing is to remember is dipole moment we can represent as a D is equals to R into Q, whereas R is a radius. This R is a radius. In all these positions we can see there is nowhere in the molecule the radius is changing. And also this Q is a charge. The charges are also same. There is no change in the charges. But the only thing here is the direction is changing. So the dipole moment, it is a permanent dipole moment. So what is happening? Even though the magnitude is not changing, but direction is changing. So we can say that there is a change in the dipole moment. And this change in direction frequency, matches with the electromagnetic radiation of the electric field frequency. Electromagnetic radiation of an electric field frequency. Then we can say the molecule is absorbing the radiation. Now we'll take the same example but in detail. That is like we have the HCl molecule in the plain paper. Just imagine it, and the radiation is here. The radiation is falling on the molecule, and here it has a negative charge, partial negative charge, partial positive charge. It is moving in that, rotating in this direction, and we have a magnetic field, and this is another one is a electric field which is oscillating. This is a electric field which is oscillating. Electric field is oscillating, the molecule is rotating, we have the radiation. So whenever it is rotating, it has got some value. This electric field radiation has got some value. We can take it as a V1, and this rotating molecule has also got a energy that we will take it as a mu2. mu2. When molecule starts rotating, when this mu1 energy value when matches with this mu2 rotating molecule energy, in that time the molecule will absorb the radiation. Okay, once again I will explain. We have the HCl molecule and it has a partial negative charge, partial positive charge, and the molecule will start rotating, and the radiation is also on the molecule, and this electric field radiation has got some value, and this rotating molecule has also got some value. When this molecule is rotating, then when it gets the exact value or same value which matches with the electric field energy, then that time the HCl molecule will absorb the radiation. This is the simple technique in the rotational spectroscopy or microwave spectroscopy. This is the mu2 has got a highest value. Even though we have another values or energy values here in between, it will not absorb that energy or that value. It will only absorb the highest value in the molecule. So this highest value is a fixed value. That also we can say it as it is quantized. So this is about the microwave spectroscopy. Actually, so we have also discussed what is spectroscopy in the first video, and now I have fully introduced microwave spectroscopy. So now I will also give you the ranges of the spectroscopic values. So this is the range for the electromagnetic spectrum. So we have name of the spectrum and in terms of wavelength and frequency. First one is a gamma ray. Its wavelength is less than 0.0 nanometer and in the terms of frequency less than 15 Hz. X-ray is 0.01 nanometer to 10 nanometer and frequency is 30 exahertz to 30 petahertz, and ultraviolet is 10 nanometer to 400 nanometer. In terms of frequency, about ultraviolet is 30 petahertz to 750 terahertz, and visible light 300 nanometer to 750 nanometer. In terms of frequency, the range is 770 terahertz to 400 terahertz, and IR means infrared. In terms of wavelength, the range is 750 nanometer to 1 millimeter, and in terms of frequencies 400 terahertz to 300 gigahertz, and microwave is 1 millimeter to 1 meter. In terms of frequency, it is 300 gigahertz to 300 megahertz. And then lastly, radio, that is 1 meter to 100 kilometer. In terms of frequency, the range is 300 megahertz to 3 kilohertz. So I have discussed about the microwave spectroscopy introduction, and these are the ranges you need to remember for the further also. In future also this table will help you. So make sure that you should understand the concept and make notes through the video also. I will give you the notes later on, but that day only you should watch the video and make a notes of it. Then only it is meaningful of making these videos and putting effort.